Welcome to the 45th meeting of the Honolulu Liquor Commission. Please turn off your cell phones, and when addressing the commission, please remember to state and spell your name clearly and to speak into the microphone. Vice Chair Hollinger, can you call agenda item number 1?
Calling agenda item number 1, application number 24-02817 from Kopi LLC DBA Cafe Kopi.
Thank you, Chair Commissioners. Devin Nakobo here representing Kopi LLC. To my right is Mr. Ernest Shi, S-H-I-H. He's the owner operator for Cafe Kopi.
Ms. Harai.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 0 written protests, 0 letters in support. Applicants met statutory requirements for the submission of this application. And for the record, a summary of the April 30th preliminary hearing testimony was provided to Vice Chair Hollinger and Commissioner Kuhn prior to the public hearing.
Is there anyone in the audience that would like to either testify either for or against this application? Seeing none, Commissioners, any questions or a form of action? I have no questions.
Yes, good. Motion to approve motion to approve application number 24-02817.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 24-02817. Any objections or reservations? Seeing none, the Vice Chair also votes aye. Application number 24-02817 is approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. You good?
Yep.
Okay.
Calling agenda item number 2, application number 26-01636-1 to 26-01636-122. Energy Group.
Yes.
All right.
My name is Motoi Kubota. It's MOTOI KUBOTA. It was supposed to come Takuya Tsutsumi, but he was in Japan, so I came here.
Okay. And
Interpreter. Interpreter.
Yeah, could you
State your
identify
name.
your name? Yeah.
Oh. Yoshiko Kuroda, YOSHIKO, Kuroda, KURODA.
all right.
Okay.
There's questions. Go ahead.
So all I'm going to state is, can you make sure that your client who's here today in place of the original client knows, right, that they do need to get the certified mailing return receipt from the neighborhood board to be before they can even pick up the license, even if it is approved today.
たとえ、ここで認可されたとしても、まだ、近所の人たちから、サーティファイドミーティングっていう、それを持ってこないといけないんだっていうのをご存知ですか？
はい、大丈夫。
Yes.
Okay, that's my only comment. Beyond that, I have no other questions.
My other comment is that in 3 months' time, we'll have you scheduled for an update of how the operations are going.
3ヶ月の間にそれをやるのにということなんですけど、それで大丈夫。
大丈夫です。
Yes.
Okay. No other questions.
Motion to approve application numbers 26-01636-1 to 26-01636-122 inclusive.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to approve applications number 26-01636-1 through 26-01636-122 with the stipulation of coming back here in 3 months. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 3, application number 26-02133-1 to 26-02133-18 from the National Guard Conference Corporation.
Good afternoon, Chair. This is Commissioner Greg Nishioka, authorized agent appearing in behalf of the Christmas party.
Okay, so you know we're gonna have some Let's hear what's going on.
What's the update?
We have all the paperwork together. There is a question as to it's an LLC that, I think an LLC that they put together, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's a corporation, but there's a question as to personal liability because there's only one individual involved. So from a legal standpoint, we're telling him, you know, I don't know if you want to keep it this way because he might leave. You know what I'm saying, the organization, because he's the only one basically putting everything together. And if he's facing possible individual liability from any type of situation that may arise. So we're spoken to him about it, and we don't know if he's going to go forward with it or try to bring somebody in right now. We've been working with him for the last 48 hours. We've been trying to hammer him on this to give us a response, and that's where we're at right now. Because I told to we've told him we need to get this thing moving, and I would rather have just been filed prior to this hearing today. However, I'd like to see that the actual permanent application be filed next week sometime.
I am inclined to deny this because I said we weren't going to.
I've expressed that to the clients, and I would say that there has been movement. You know what I'm saying, but it's just there's a lot of issues, sub issues that need to be addressed within the organization itself. Again, the fact that we've come to this point where we're just about ready to file it. I mean, we're ready to file it. He just needs to overcome this legal hurdle or a commitment to be personally responsible for these things.
So I'm inclined to deny until we see a submission. That's where I'm at.
Unless we, if we put this, can we put this off perhaps a week or two?
You can come back and ask.
As long as it's submitted, then.
Right. I'm thinking, that would at least give us the opportunity to at least work with this the client.
Okay, Commissioner.
Yeah.
Wait, go ahead.
So the event starts on July 1st?
Well, I mean, if we can't get on July 1st, obviously those events would not be covered. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, we'd have to resubmit and go through the whole process again, which we could do, Commissioner, if you couldn't deny it. But unless we withdraw it at this time, it would not prejudice the client's rights, I think, to.
Why don't we, when do you think that you'll be able to get your final submission in?
Well, if we can't get it in at least by Wednesday next week, I'm thinking. I understand the commission's position that would have to abide by it, and tell the client in uncertain terms that this is the ramifications of the delays that have been ongoing with this application. And totally, I guess what you're saying is we're in total agreement with what the commission is telling us.
I would be inclined to approve and not allow pick up until it's exchanged for a.
Well, I mean, that's another alternative, Chair. I appreciate that.
So I have two comments. First, so it does say over here, right, that it's, even if we go through this, right, it's still subject to some type of zoning clearance, right? And right now it's federal jurisdiction. So you're even gonna be able to get zoning clearance by the federal side. I mean, I know it states city, but that's not even city land, right?
Well, I think taking the Chair's comments into consideration, my feeling is if we just submit everything we have, I mean, if there's something lacking, fine, we understand that. But we get in. I think the main thing that we're taking is, hey, if you need the application to be in, we'll do it.
Okay.
And whatever needs, I mean,
Okay.
it's not gonna get looked at for another year anyway.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. Okay, I just want to make it known, right, that my concern is
Right.
kind of on that federal jurisdiction of the zoning clearance. But my end, I would say I would be inclined to only approve if we, again, similar to Chair Hong's remarks, if a application is turned in, I'd be willing to approve anything after that. But before that, I think we want to make sure you're going to be proving, not you so much, but your client is going to be proving that they really want to do this or they don't. Because I think we've given a lot of leeway and everywhere else with it. So that's me though.
Yeah, I take your comments to heart, and I have no objection to that. It is a fair statement.
Okay.
Concur. I'll do a motion to approve application numbers 26-02-133-1 to 26-02-133-18 on the condition that a completed application be submitted for approval for the licenses to take effect.
Or before they can be picked up.
Before it can be picked up.
Before it can be picked up. Yeah, thanks, Adam.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve application number 26-02-133-1 to 26-02-133-18 inclusive with the stipulation of it being withheld for pickup until the license is complete. Any reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved with those restrictions.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I appreciate trying to work with, you trying to work with us too.
Yeah.
Okay. Calling applications number 26-02-530-1 to 26-02-530-122 from Highgate.
Good afternoon, it's Christina O'Hara on behalf of the applicant. And to my right is Priscilla Wong, the current hotel manager. Her last name is spelled W-O-N-G. And we don't have any comments to the investigator.
All right. So you guys are just waiting on us?
No, we have been unable to pull our temporary license. I think we were here for that a few hearings ago. We're unable to pull our temporary license because Tiki still holds a hotel license.
Wow.
They can't give up the hotel license because they're still under construction. So here we are.
Okay, so you're making a big bar out of your hotel, basically.
Huh?
Class 12 if the permits, so you're not gonna do room service
no
or
room
anything like
service.
that?
No, we have very limited service areas in the,
Okay. Oh, sorry, I missed the map there. I thought you were gonna try to do more of the hotel. Okay. Commissioners, questions?
I have no question.
Motion to approve application numbers 26-02-530-1 to 26-02-530-122.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 26-02-530-1 to 26-02-530-122 inclusive. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved.
thank you.
Thank you. Calling agenda item number 5, application number 26-02-543-1 to 26-02-543-122 Charming Events Hawaii Court.
Hi, Commissioners. My name is Brianna Kaui, B-R-I-A-N-N-A-K-A-U-I. Presenting Charming Events Hawaii.
I remember this one coming through.
So ultimately though, okay, so I understand based on your stuff, what you're doing, but there is also questions, right? That unless the golf course itself, right,
Yes.
reduces its actual size or reduces its licensed premises, right?
Yes.
Then a license, they need to do that prior to actually picking up the license, correct?
Yes, to my understanding, yeah.
Okay. Just so we all are on the same page, right? It's like if even though this is approved, if they don't reduce their size,
Correct.
you're stuck not getting the license because they haven't reduced their size.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
No questions? Motion to approve application numbers 26-02-543-1 to 26-02-543-122 inclusive.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Hold on. Okay. Oh, slightly different version. It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 26-02-50253-543-1 to 26-02-543-122 inclusive. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved.
Thank
All right.
you.
Calling agenda item number 6, application number 26-02621-1 to 26-02621-62, Izakaya Mitch.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairperson, fellow commissioners. My name is Craig Mitchell, CraigMitchell, and I have no changes to report.
Mr. Mitchell, any update from the investigators on the status of the permanent application?
They telling me perhaps August. But yeah.
See, commissioners, other questions?
I don't have any questions. No questions. Motion to approve application numbers 26-02621-1 to 26-02621-62 increase.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve applications number 26-02621-1 to 26-02621-62. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Calling agenda item number 7, application number 26-02633-1 to 26-02633-122, Legends Hospitality LLC.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the commission, Ms. Uri, Robert Uyoka on behalf of Legend Hospitalities LLC. Present to my left is Noelle Liu. She is the Director of Finance. First name Noelle, last name Liew. Present to my right is Leatrice Grantham. She is the Director of Food and Beverage. First name Leatrice, last name Grantham. This is for a special liquor license for the Hawaii Convention Center. We have no changes to the investigators report. We did do the notice to the neighborhood board, and they received it on May 22nd. We do have an underlying pending restaurant liquor license application filed in May 2026.
This is for the whole space, right?
This is for the whole space, yes.
Got it.
Wait, okay.
Good question.
Yeah, so just to be sure I understand, this is the entire convention center as a licensed space, but sometimes it shrinks and grows depending on the.
When we have special events, in fact, we have 2 special events coming up in August and September.
Mhm.
So when they want a beer garden, we reduce it for their beer garden. That's why you see it come in front of you sometimes, but we have the entire license for the entire convention center.
I see. Okay.
I have no other questions.
Motion to approve application numbers 26-02633-1 to 26-02633-122.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve applications number 26-02633-1 to 26-02633-122 inclusive. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 8, application number 26-03751-1, 26-03751-20, SSI Legacy LLC.
Good afternoon, commissioners. Matthew Yoshida, on behalf of SSI Legacy LLC, DBA Halia, by Side Street Inn. This is a special license for, from July 1 to August 29. This is their second, special license. They are awaiting, waiting to calendar preliminary hearing, but, they've been in touch with the investigator. Who said that this application is next on the list.
That's good. All right, so we are gonna be able to get all these things right that need to be gotten before your second, before the temp is out there, right? The landlord consent, the mailing and the zoning, right?
Yes, that's my understanding, Commissioner. I believe the landlord approval has been, the lease has been submitted and it has the approval within that lease.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
So if I could just interrupt, so that was
Yeah.
submitted today.
Okay.
The commission can take action before we release the license for pickup.
Yeah, yeah.
We would just make that confirmation.
Okay. Thank you. I have no other comments or questions.
Motion to approve application numbers 26-03751-1 to 26-03751-20 inclusive.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 26-03751-1 to 26-03751-20 inclusive. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved. Calling out of order, agenda item number 35, request number 26-03753, SSI Legacy LLC. Hold on just a second. Well, go ahead and make your appearance.
This is Matthew Yoshida again for SSI Legacy LLC DBA Halia by Side Street Inn. And this item is regarding the fee reduction program for the same.
Yes, just next in line.
Yeah. Okay.
No questions. Right. Motion to approve request number 26-03753.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to approve request number 26-03753. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The request is approved. Thank you. Calling agenda item number 9, application number 26-03754-1 to 26-03754-11 Kaimuki LLC DBA Lila.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Matthew Yoshida on behalf of Kaimuki LLC DBA Lila DBA Layla Restaurant. This item is with regard to a special license for the entity. This would run from June 26th to August 8th. This would be their third special license. They're waiting to calendar preliminary hearing. They have been in touch with the investigator, and apparently this is number 4 on the list.
Okay, so I guess I have a couple questions that maybe I'm totally missing, but okay, so you're saying this is your third time with some specials, but also states here, right, that there's no fingerprinting or criminal history clearance pending for the principals. So during this whole time, the certification of mailing is there, the zoning, so are we getting special licenses but actually not serving? Because technically we don't have any of these things listed as having, so I'm just trying to understand. If I'm totally off, then let me know.
I apologize, Commissioner. I'm not. I don't have any information about that.
Because I mean, my concern is, right, that we're doing special licenses, they're getting picked up, they're being used, this is the third one. And yet we haven't really gotten all the stuff listed on the information. So I just don't know. Do we have it? Are we getting it? Are they being used? It's just out there. If you can come up and let me know or give me an answer. I'm not sure. Please.
Supervising Investigator Sato. We have not received any criminal history background check for all the principals. Although it was required approximately 3 specials ago, we still haven't gotten anything. Normally we would not release the license. However, the license was released.
Okay. All right. That is my answer then. All right. Thank you though. Okay, that's the only thing I needed to know. Okay. So I'm gonna just be honest. I'm inclined to say no. Because we don't have the information that's needed to actually do it. And I mean, undoubtedly it's happened, but I'm more inclined not to give something out that your client has had 3 tries to get it in. And now they're going to the process of sometime forth in the road to become a regular license. And so that's just me.
Would be okay with approving it subject to pick up.
I'm okay with that, but the question that I have though is, right, if they're already serving right now and giving out or serving alcohol at this point, they're under violation anyway because they don't have the correct stuff put in for the license. That's, I mean,
That's
that's
right.
just me. I mean,
Right.
I'd hate to see, you know, I mean, because technically the license is invalid realistically, right? Because we don't have all the information. That's, I don't know. Do we wanna,
Council, do you have any explanation why it's not getting done?
Um, I'm sorry, Commissioner, I don't know that much about what's been going on as far as the application process.
The suggestion be to withdraw and come back with the answers.
I mean,
But they would still be serving them.
because right now the license, so the license that you have right now, right, is up through June, I guess 26, 27, and then 30th is when the next license happens, right? I mean, so.
Yeah.
I guess my question would be, I know it's a long agenda, but I think the board may go into an executive session for the following reasons: to consult with the board's attorney on questions and issues in a matter pertaining to the board's powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and liabilities. So I'll entertain a motion to go into an executive session for this purpose for agenda item number 9, applications number 26-03754-1 through 26-03754-11 inclusive.
So moved.
Second.
We're in executive session. Okay,
Not yet.
we're back from executive session. We're discussing the procedures for picking up a license subject to some of the conditions in terms of pickup of license. Did Mr. Kiyuchi provide any additional information?
Sorry, Commissioner, I unfortunately I couldn't get any more information during the executive session.
Okay, so Mr. Yoshida, so we're gonna make some motion or a motion here, but what we really want you to understand, right, is that, look, where there might have been an issue in the first two where we've approved these things pending you folks turning it in, this information in, and then you get a license, right? But now that it's come to the point where we know these things aren't in, that becomes something different, because now we know you don't have everything in to give it or get it. And so we need to make the correct views according to that, because otherwise it's almost like you don't really have a license, right? So the commission is going to go through that process, but I want you to understand that's the view we're looking at.
Understood, Commissioner.
So for agenda item 9, applications number 26-03754-1 to 26-03754-11 inclusive. Motion is to approve, subject to submission of the necessary information of criminal history clearances,
Zoning clearance.
zoning clearance, and is that it?
Neighborhood board.
Neighborhood board approval. Neighborhood board submission. Yeah.
And administrative
And then make,
report.
And like to ask that administration to have eyes on this, and after the license is picked up, after the submission, if they could provide us a report that it's confirmed to be done.
So noted.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve applications number 26-03754-1 to 26-03754-11. Subject to the conditions stated. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The applications are approved.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Okay. Calling agenda item number 10, transfer application number 25-00834, Willina Hospitality Group.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the commission, Mr. Raya, Robert Uyoka on behalf of Willina Hospitality Group. Present to my right, Mr. Fraser Howe, key member, first name Fraser, last name Haug. We have no changes to the investigators reports. It's a transfer application for a restaurant in Kailua. We filed this application quite a while ago, but no, it was no fault of the investigators. It was because the existing premises, not us, needed to get alterations approved, which took a long time. Unfortunately, I couldn't assist with that because I wasn't representing the existing licensee, but we're just happy to get it moving. It is a transfer application, so we're happy to get this on the agenda. We do have a corresponding special license application coming up maybe in a week or so to get that gap between before hopefully this liquor license is issued, but we're just glad that it's moving forward.
Okay.
I have no questions.
Motion to approve transfer application number 25-00834.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve application number 25-00834 for public hearing. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application advances.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Calling agenda item number 11, application number 25-01734, Plantation Tavern, LLC.
Good afternoon, Chair and Commissioners. My name is Barbara Natal. I'm authorized agent for Plantation Tavern, BARBARA, Natal, NATALE. And to my right is
I'm Adam Gilbert, ADAMGILBERT, owner of Plantation Tavern LLC, doing business as Fairway Tavern. Here to answer any questions you guys have.
Okay. Commissioners, any questions?
No, I have no questions.
Motion to approve application number 26-03637 for public hearing.
Hold on,
One before that.
hold
Oh,
on.
sorry.
Oh,
Did I read the wrong one? Sorry.
Number 11.
Whoa,
11.
sorry, my apologies.
Oh.
Motion to approve application number 25-01734 for public hearing.
Second. So been moved and seconded to approve application number 25-01734 for public hearing. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application advances. Calling agenda item number 18, application number 26-03637 Plantation Tavern LLC.
Yeah.
You have to do the whole.
Again.
Oh, okay, yes, Barbara Natal, authorized agent, BARA, Natal, NATALE.
Adam Gilbert, ADAMGILBERT, owner of Plantation Tavern LLC, doing business as Fairway Tavern.
So this is.
This one's for
Catering.
Monarch Poke.
Oh, I'm sorry, doing business as Monarch, okay, correct.
Yes,
Yes.
okay.
Hold on. Commissioners' questions?
Hold on. No, I don't have any questions.
Motion to approve application number 26-03637.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 26-03637. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved. Calling out of order agenda item number 33, request number 26-03638 Plantation Tavern LLC, DBA Monarch Poke.
Good afternoon, Barbara Natal, authorized agent, BARA, NATALE.
My name's Adam Gilbert, ADAMGILBERT, owner of Plantation Tavern LLC, doing business as Monarch Poke.
Okay, hold it. I'm a little confused here.
Yeah,
So this is for a reduction on,
the catering.
oh, it doesn't
license.
cover, doesn't cover catering.
No,
So
yeah,
it's
correct.
not in order.
Okay, all right, we were just hoping that we could ask for a reduction just based on the
Nature of it.
expenses, yes,
So,
for small businesses.
so like, we totally understand about small businesses, but the reason for putting in the special license, this reduction in license fees, right? Was based off the fact to try a pilot program for those individual restaurants and issues that were able to use 2 temp special licenses, not catering licenses. Because of that, those are what we put the this reduction in fee into. We do know people are asking, but ultimately, if we open it up, then it becomes everybody. And then at that point, we should just make it for everybody. But that's not what it
That's
was
not what
put
we
into place.
We understand. Thank you for the.
Okay. So,
So there can be 2 things we can do. We can either deny it or you can withdraw it. You tell us what you'd like us to do.
Yeah, sure, well, we would like to withdraw, please.
okay.
You have to make a motion to accept the withdrawal. Okay.
Motion to accept the withdrawal for request number 26-03638.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to approve of withdrawal of request number 26-03638. Nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The request is withdrawn. All right, thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Have a great day.
Calling agenda item number 12, application number 25-01890, Lava Pacific LLC. DBA Lava One Restaurant.
Good afternoon, Commissioner. I'm an authorized agent in Sanjang, EUNSUNJUNG. To my right is the owner of the Lava Pacific LLC, Catherine Lee Pan, KATHERINELEEPAN. Well, we have no changes to the investigative report.
Okay, any questions?
I have no questions.
Motion to approve application number 25-01890.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 25-01890 for public hearing. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application advances. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 13, application number 25-02702, Sunrise Shack Corporation.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Christina Uyghur on behalf of the applicant. We have no corrections to the investigative report. Travis Smith was unable to make it today. The location is North Shore and he just wasn't able to make it in time. I'm so sorry.
All right.
No questions.
Nope.
Motion to approve application number 25-02702.
Second.
And moved and seconded to approve application number 25-02702 for public hearing. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I ask vote aye, the application is approved.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 14, application number 25-03948, Pio Garden Inc. Hello.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Matthew Yoshida on behalf of Pio Garden Inc., DBA Chogajip. There's no changes to the investigative report.
All right. Any questions?
I have no questions.
Motion to approve application number 25-03948.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 25-03948. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I ask vote aye, the application is approved for public hearing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 15, transfer application number 26-00033, Young's Wine and Spirit, DBA Young's Wine and Spirit. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. James Lee representing Young's Wine and Spirit, Inc., DBA Young's Wine and Spirit. Seated to my right is the Jeffrey Kwan, KWON. We have nothing further to add to the report.
Hey. Any question?
No question.
Motion to approve transfer application number 26-00033.
It's been moved and seconded to approve transfer application number 26-00033 for public hearing. Any nays or reservation? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved for public hearing.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 16, application number 26-01902 from Omaha DBA, and I think it was changed, right?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Olohana. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right.
And the record reflect, manager member Christopher Cook is seated to my right. He's present with Counsel Wayne Luke. Just one clarification with the investigator's report. If you read it closely, we are allowed to have music. The only thing is we can't disturb the neighbors. And the landlord makes a determination whether we are disturbing or not. That's basically what the lease says. We have no other changes.
Do we need to make a motion to amend the agenda since the second name that's listed is not spelled correctly
Yes.
on the agenda?
Yes, please. And we will adjust the notice of public hearing information that is typically given following the
So.
Yeah.
So how do you state it again?
Uh-oh.
Right.
Is that correct? Ohana.
The DBA is Olohana.
Olohana. Olohana.
Olohana.
Oh,
OLOHANA
okay, got it.
Okay.
space BREWQB.
Okay, so we need my motion is going to be for agenda item number 16, application number 26-01902 to change the DBA name to Olohana Brew Pub. Is it an LLC or is it just Brew Pub?
The DBA is just Olohana Brew Pub.
Olohana Brew Pub. Or to amend the agenda to that.
Second. Okay, it's been moved and seconded to amend agenda item number 16 to the DBA from Omaha LLC to Olohana Brew Pub. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The agenda item is amended.
Yeah.
Okay.
Motion,
Yeah, motion. I have no questions. Go ahead.
motion to approve application number 26-01902 as
Sure.
previously amended.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 26-01902. It's amended. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, calling agenda item number 17, application number 26-03355 JSC Cajun Inc. Hello.
Good afternoon, Commissioner. I'm an authorized agent in Sun Chung, EUNSUNJUNG. To my right is the owner of JSC Cajun Inc., Charlie, CHEOLLEE.
Commissioners, questions?
I have no questions.
Motion to approve application number 26-03355.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 26-03355. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved. All right, thank you. Calling agenda item number 19, application number 24-01859 Freedom 55 LLC.
Good afternoon, Chair Hong and members of the Commission. Neil Gota, appearing on behalf of Freedom 55 LLC. Appearing with me is Jason Miyauchi, last name spelled Miyauchi, Operations Manager. We have no changes to the investigative report.
Hold on, I'll look at this one a little closer.
So I'm gonna ask a question quickly, if you don't mind, Chair.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Gota.
Yes.
Based off the information on the report, right, it talks about this vessel being docked at a secure private dock area in Ko'olina Marina. So can you or your client explain to me, if our investigators were to come to investigate the vessel, how would they actually get to do that? And because obviously it's at any time, anywhere, right, where they can show up to investigate. So how would that take place?
We're in the process of trying to get a letter from the harbor master confirming that an investigator could contact the harbor master, who would provide them access to the vessel's berth.
Okay.
We hope to have that shortly. This issue, so these applications came before the commission last year, and we had to change the applicant.
Right.
I don't believe that this issue was flagged in that original report, so I didn't have time to address it. And I got this report a day or two ago, and so I immediately tried to access or address that issue. So we're in the process of doing that. We can continue this one, or if the commission is inclined to approve it, it would be subject to us submitting sufficient or a sufficient letter that the commission administration is.
So I'm not sure which one it was, but I do know there was some of these, because there's a bunch of these that were there. We've had to change some stuff that had some concerns about whether they could get onto the boat to show it because it wasn't a secure area. I don't know if it was this one specifically. But I do remember some questions about that happening. So, I mean, for me, on my end, I'm open to it as long as you provide that and we can get there. Possibly agreeing as long as that's turned in, but you wouldn't get the license until it's actually turned in.
Understand.
I have no other questions, but that's my comment.
You want to check with,
You can ask Daniel if you want to.
yeah.
Mr. Sato, could you please comment? Comment?
Maybe just to clarify why investigator believes that the filing requirements have not been.
Well, Supervising Investigator Daniel Sato, so that issue regarding the areas is a secure dock area for pretty much vessels, private residences, so on and so forth. It was mentioned in the previous report that access would be restricted unless we got some type of access either through somebody or
Okay.
the licensee or the applicant.
And we're addressing that with this. Okay.
So my question would be, Mr. Sato, is the clearance that you're looking issued by DOT Harbors?
It's a private marina, so it's like private properties, like somebody
Okay.
else.
So where is that located?
The Colina Harbor.
So are you able to get permission, access granted?
Well, I would think they would come from the private owner or the harbor. Because that whole entire area is privately owned.
So council, are you able to assist in that?
Yes,
How
so
is
that's
that
what
gonna
we're
work as you
currently working
stand?
on, is
Yeah.
working with the harbor master at Colina. So
Okay,
that they would provide a letter to the commission confirming investigators could contact the harbor master for access to the vessel.
Okay.
So we're in the process of that. I think, again, we wouldn't better pick up any approved license without it, an acceptable letter being submitted to administration.
and I think it would also be an acceptable process from our investigators as to, how they're scheduling the visits, right? It could be late 2 a.m. potentially, I mean. So as long as we have access, when our investigators need access.
What kind of advance notice, if any, would be? Okay.
We can make sure that that's addressed.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daniel.
Motion to approve application number 24-01859. Pending access to the private premises through the harbor master.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 24-01859, subject to process for inspection approval. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved. Thank you. Calling agenda item number 20, application number 24-01860, Windward Sea Yacht Charters, Inc.
Good afternoon, Chair Hong and members of the commission. Neil Gota, appearing on behalf of Windward Sea Yacht Charters Incorporated. Appearing with me is Jason Miyauchi. We have no changes to the investigative report. This vessel is docked at a public marina, the Hei'akea Boat Harbor.
So we don't have the same challenge.
Yeah, don't.
No, we don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Motion to approve application number 24-01860.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve application number 24-01860. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved. Calling agenda item number 21, application number 24-01865, Windward Sea Yacht Charters, Inc.
Good afternoon, Chair Hong and members of the commission. Neil Gota, appearing on behalf of Windward Sea Yacht Charters, Inc. Appearing with me is Jason Miyauchi. We have no changes to the investigative report. This vessel is also berthed at Hei'akea Boat Harbor.
Motion to approve application number 24-01865.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 24-01865. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is.
So could we?
Oh, sorry.
break
Oh,
for a
amending.
second? I just got flagged by the licensing supervisor. If he could-
Amending the application, that part.
Well, because I have it down as a 2.
The number wrong.
It's supposed to be category 2.
Oh,
I think I have it down as a 2 in my.
I have it down as a 2.
I have it down as a 1.
Oh, shucks, all right.
The
Oh,
agenda,
we have to amend the agenda.
One on the-
I think the
on
agenda
board
says a
packet.
1,
One.
so we would need to make a motion to amend the agenda.
When we get there, right?
Oh, it's
Oh, we
passed
just
already.
did that. I'm
We
sorry.
just did
Yeah,
that.
okay.
Okay. So
Oh, here.
even though it is approved, I'll make a motion for agenda item number 21, application number 24-01865, that we amend the agenda. Instead of it reading category 1, standard general license, it would read category number 2. Right? So that's gonna be live entertainment, or recorded music and dancing, correct?
Yes.
Correct. Yeah, as originally submitted. Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to amend the agenda for application number 24-01865 for a license from category number 1 to category number 2, music and dancing. Any nays or reservations? None. Oh, wait. Yeah, correct. I also vote aye. The agenda item is amended. Do we need to
Yeah, do we need
reapprove?
to go back?
Because you approved, not,
I think we approved it as a 1, should be a 2.
yes,
Okay.
Okay, I'll just go back.
sorry.
Oh, we're back to agenda item number 21, application, motion to approve application number 24-01865 as amended.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 24-01865 as amended. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 22, application number 24-01866 from Windward City Yacht Charters, Inc.
Good afternoon, Chair Hong and members of the commission. Neil Gota, appearing on behalf of Windward Sea Yacht Charters, Inc. Appearing with me is Jason Miyauchi, Operations Manager. We have no changes to the investigative report.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
So does this vessel, which it looks like a barge, does it have any type of motor or helm, or is there anything connected to it that will move it on its own?
No.
Okay. I
if
do know that a vessel, a meaning of a vessel is a ship or a something, it even states a barge. But I'm kind of concerned because technically, if you put it out there, you could just leave it there, right? And what if we needed to, we would and never bring it in, and then how would we then investigate it or look into it if it's never brought in? So I guess I'm just trying to understand what we want to do with this,
So-
right?
It would never be just left out there, but I think, in September 2025, I submitted, the certificate of registration from the state of Hawaii DLNR, which does identify it as a vessel.
Okay.
The DLNR also issues a harbor use permit and it's identified as a vessel. Technicality, but we do hear your concerns. It would,
Okay.
it is brought out to the location with a
What's the other one?
a boat,
Towed.
and it would be towed back in.
Towed out, okay.
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 All right, I just wanted to know that my concerns are that if it's left out there or something and we are unable to investigate it, that's my concerns. That's all I'm good.
Motion to approve application number 24-01866.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve application number 24-01866. Any nays or reservations?
I vote aye with reservations,
Oh.
or yes with reservations.
Got it.
No nays.
No nays, 1 aye with reservation and 4 ayes. The application is approved. Thank you. Calling agenda item number 23, application number 24-01868, Dreamer Yacht Charters.
Good afternoon, Chair Hong and member of the commission. Neil Gota appearing on behalf of Dreamer Yacht Charters, Inc. Appearing with me is Jason Miyauchi, Operations Manager. We have one change to the investigative report. Under the applicant Dreamer Yacht Charters, Inc., Bruce Morita is President, Treasurer, Director, and Stockholder. There is no secretary for this company.
Okay.
Noted.
Other than that, we have no changes.
I have no questions.
I don't need to make mention of that. This is in the investigative report.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. Motion to approve application number 24-01868.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 24-01868. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved. Calling agenda item number 24, application number 24-01869, Windward Sea Yacht Charters, Inc.
Good afternoon, Chair Hong and members of the commission. Neil Gota appearing on behalf of Windward Sea Yacht Charters, Inc. Appearing with me is Jason Miyauchi, Operations Manager. We have no changes to the investigative report. This application For the record, we submitted a letter from the Makani Kai Marina Harbor Master in which they confirmed access could be provided at any time to a liquor commission investigator. This was with my September 2nd, 2025 letter. I can resubmit that if needed. We also will propose, should the again, it's not a gated marina, so access, an investigator could walk up to it, but we also have made arrangements with the harbor master where an investigator could contact the harbor master directly at any time, and they would provide them access to the vessel.
So, okay, so question, based on the report, right, it does talk about that. It's not always gonna be moored there. It might be stored at someone's private residence. Has that changed, or is it still gonna be possibly that?
So the private residence is actually the Makani Kai Marina where it's moored.
So the marina would be what you're considering as a private resident.
Correct.
Okay. Long as we have, I mean, I would say we would want the letter showing that they can get in, as we've talked about in the prior
Correct.
license. So we would need that. Okay, I have no other comments or questions.
Motion to approve application number 24-01869.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 24-01869. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved. Calling agenda item number 25, application number 24-01870, Hawaii MBA Holdings LLC.
Good afternoon, Chair Hong and members of the commission. Neil Gota, appearing on behalf of Hawaii MBA Holdings LLC. Appearing with me is Jason Miyauchi, Operations Manager. With no changes to the investigative report, this vessel is berthed at Kewalo Basin Harbor Public.
Questions?
Nope.
Motion to approve application number 24-01870.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve application number 24-01870. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Calling agenda item number 26, application number 26-02992, Waikai Lagoon Restaurant LLC.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Commission members, Kenneth Orr, appearing for the licensee. We're requesting for approval to renew the licenses in safekeeping. It is a subject of a transfer application that's been taking a license.
Got it.
I have no questions.
Motion to approve application number 26-02992. Safekeeping.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 26-02992 for safekeeping. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved. Thank you. Calling agenda item number 27, application number 26-03021, DRW.
She has a busy day.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Matthew Yoshida on behalf of DRW Inc., DBA Treetops at Paradise Park Restaurant. This is an application to renew a license in safekeeping. In this case, the landlord is the licensee and has been looking for an operator for the past 2 years, but has been unable to find one as yet, is still actively looking for a tenant. Okay.
Motion to approve application number 26-03021 for safekeeping.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 26-03021 for safekeeping. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved. Calling agenda item number 28, application number 26-03022, PC Cocktail Inc., DBA Sunflower Lounge.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Matthew Yoshida for PC Cocktail Inc., DBA Sunflower Lounge. This is an application to renew license in safekeeping. In this case, the landlord is again the licensee and has been looking for an operator for the last 3 years, but has been unable to find one as of yet. They are still actively seeking a tenant to make use of the license.
So Yoshida, on this one, was this renewed in safekeeping last year? Or was it last year? It shows that we have records that it's expired on 6/30/2025.
It's my understanding, Commissioner, that it was in safekeeping last year. Because I'm not sure, Commissioner, I don't want to misstate the
Yeah,
record.
could we move to next week to give us a little time to look, because our records show that the license expired June 30th, 2025, and we just, and Mr. Kyuchi is out of town.
Oh, I
And-
see.
Yeah,
Okay, so we'll just defer to next week.
yes,
Okay.
Okay, no action needed.
yes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you. Calling agenda item number 29, request number 26-03704, Gloria Vital Services.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. Isabel Constant, ISABELLE authorized agent and attorney on behalf of the licensee. So this is a request to renew the liquor license using the documents of the entity that absorbed the licensee entity. So the licensee entity, Gloria Bridal Services, merged into Best Bridal Hawaii. That notification and application was duly submitted to the commission in January within the 30-day window. However, due to the department backlog, the applications are still under review. So we're just requesting that we're able to submit the documents of the surviving entity because the licensee entity technically no longer exists.
Mr. Sato, did you have any comments on this at all? Okay, no, all right.
Take action.
Yeah, so this is just request
Okay.
approve from the.
No,
No, that's it for renewal, right?
No.
Did I listen?
Oh, no.
Wait, so, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
so currently you have a license, right, that's going to be transferred to your correct name, but the
Yes.
paperwork is pending,
Yes.
okay, but you need to also
Renew it.
renew your license, right, so that you can continue, right?
Yes.
Okay,
But that legal entity is dead. or
Correct,
non-existent.
because it was absorbed
Yeah.
by,
okay,
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
We'll okay with that then.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, I just wanted to make sure I understand, okay, I have no other questions, got it.
Motion to approve request number 26-03704.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to approve request number 26-03704. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The request is approved.
thank you.
Calling agenda item number 30, application number 26-03793, Green Chateau Inc., DBA Pure Hawaii Gentlemen's Club / Coyote Night. Hello.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Matthew Yoshida on behalf of Green Chateau Inc., DBA Pure Hawaii Gentlemen's Club. This is an application to renew the license in safekeeping. The applicant here is a tenant. And this is for a 4 a.m. cabaret license. Because of that, the license can't be utilized in a BMX3 zoning, which Oahu is, I guess, primarily BMX3. So they're having a difficult time finding a new location. They did find one earlier, I think this year. But the zoning did not allow for that, for the license.
6 years now, almost.
Council, how long, I mean, it's been 6 years, yeah.
Yeah,
How long do they intend to pursue the matter?
well, Commissioner, my understanding is that in addition to the zoning issue, there's also a space issue. Of course, they need some logistical, concerns to in the property. They need some certain amount of space, and it's been especially challenging in light of the zoning restriction.
Do you know if they're actively pursuing a location at this time?
Yes, my understanding is that they are actively searching for a location. As I mentioned earlier, they did believe they had a location this past year, but that turned out not to be viable.
Okay, so my comment is going to be this. Let Mr. Kiuchi know that I'm inclined to approve doing a safekeeping for this year, but if they come next year, they're gonna need to have a way better plan or an idea. Because as we continue to get 6, 7, 8 years out, I understand that a cabaret license is a valued license and everything, but if you can't find a place to use it, then it isn't really valid, right? So, but
That's fair.
you know what I mean? Cause honestly, with him, not with Ms. Cucci not here, we wouldn't know
Yeah.
the answers, right? So I get it.
Yeah.
But let him know that. That's my.
So I guess I'm also inclined to vote aye with reservations as stated by Commissioner Hollinger.
Okay. Motion to approve application number 26-03793.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve application number 26-03793. How many ayes?
Aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, 2 ayes with reservation. The motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Calling agenda item number 31, application number 26-03816, Smitty's Incorporated DBA Smith's Union Bar. Hello.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Matthew Yoshida on behalf of Smitty's Incorporated, DBA Smith's Union Bar. This is.
So Yoshida, are you representing that? I think we have one of the principals here behind you.
Oh, yeah. Please step forward. Yeah, and state your name for the record.
Name is Dwight Lockwood, DWIGHT, LOCKWOOD. Technically past owner of Smith's Union Bar as of March 31st or May 31st.
So sad. Had a lot of drinks.
It's only been 92 years. Why? No big deal.
So this request is to put into safekeeping.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, will you look for another location? Actually,
Yes, sir.
We wish you the best.
Need it.
I have no other questions.
I have no question.
None. Motion to approve application number 26-03816 for safekeeping.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 26-03816 for safekeeping. Any nays or reservation? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application's approved.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Love to.
Calling agenda item number 32, request number 26-03607, Free Spirits LLC.
Afternoon, Commissioners and Chair. Matthew Choi, Manager for Free Spirits. This is a request to retroactively approve a map change for our event that we had last week, Saturday. Really long story short, we read the International Marketplace map a little wrong, and then we marked the wrong area. We tried to submit an amendment, but there wasn't any hearings prior to the event.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
so begging for forgiveness on this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Asking for a moment again.
I have no comments.
I mean, what to do at this point.
So the map we're looking at now is the amended, updated map.
Yeah, we were one space too high.
So I will say this, so the next times we have events with these, you're gonna hear me ask if the map's correct or not.
Yeah.
Because I mean, technically, if you had an event, right, and someone walked into the wrong space and you had marked it as your space, you'd be liable for it.
Yeah.
So we just
Especially
wanna
with
make
tequila
sure,
like that.
especially in that line, I mean, international marketplace is huge, right? So
Yeah.
you don't wanna get stuck with that, but okay,
Okay.
got it.
All right.
No. Nothing can do now, so yeah. Motion to approve request number 26-03607.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve request number 26-03607. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The request is approved.
Thank you. Okay, thanks.
Calling agenda item number 34, request number 26-03707, Hawaiian Craft Mead Company.
Good afternoon. My name is Yuki Uzuhashi from Hawaiian Craft Meat, DBA Honolulu.
The operating hours. Okay. Any questions?
So in your previous one, right, I think it was till 9, right? You had stated, right? And now that there's some people that want to come longer, right? So you're just confirming, so your lease or anything with your landlord doesn't have a specific time that you need to end by?
Yeah, they don't have any concerns about
Okay.
this.
All right, that's my only question.
Motion to approve request number 26-03707.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to approve request number 26-03707. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. Your request is approved.
Thank you.
Can I get a motion for acceptance of the adoptions of decisions and orders, agenda items number 36-40?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Motion to approve the acceptance of plea of adoption of decisions and orders for agenda items numbered 36-40.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to approve agenda items number 36-40. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Calling agenda item number 41. Administrator, ASI.
Consider a query. Do you want to take a quick break? You've been-
Let's take a quick break.
Yeah,
Thank you.
because we have to set up.
Okay.
He's the main speaker, but I'm gonna sit stand. Yeah. I'm just sitting here, so I'm gonna go up next.
Okay.
We're back in session.
We're back in session. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. Anna Fry, Assistant Administrator. I am going to actually yield the mic to our Administrative Services Officer, Jerry DeGuzman, who's going to walk you through this particular agenda item.
Good afternoon, Chair, Commissioners, Jerry DeGuzman, Administrative Services Officer, Liquor Commission. We'll talk about the deductible for fiscal year 26. As you know, we are going to be starting to collect the additional licensing fee starting July 1st. The deductible for this year is $31,000. What does that mean? Well, we compare it to previous years. So last fiscal year, the deductible was $254,000. Prior to that, 525 and 34,000 and 30,000 back in FY22. The deductible is the amount that reduces the gross liquor sales of the licensee, and the resultant number is what the additional license fee is applied to. The percentage. With such a lower deductible, what that means is that, well, one consequence is the smaller licensees who may have had only perhaps $60,000, $100,000 worth of sales, and for the last 2 years didn't have to pay additional licensing fee because they didn't meet the threshold, the deductible. Now they'll be paying some ALF, some additional licensing fee. So I want to explain how we calculate the additional licensing fee. It's a two-step process. So in the rules of the Liquor Commission that it's section 381-1751. The first step is to calculate how much additional license fee we need to collect in this period in order to meet our budgetary goals at the end of fiscal year 27. What is that budgetary goal? We're restricted, our trust fund balance at the end of the fiscal year is restricted to 20% of our total budget, and that's per HRS 281-17.5E. So when we compute additional licensing fee, we have to we use the formula there. Ending fund balance plus total budget minus beginning fund balance minus licensing revenue fees, minus miscellaneous revenues.
What is miscellaneous revenue?
So miscellaneous revenues consists of several things, such as the photo IDs that we take for the employee registration cards up front. Whenever there's a UIP request and we have to charge for copies. Direct wine shipment, even employee parking. Some employees have to pay the Liquor Commission parking to park across the street. So that's considered part of the revenues.
Thanks.
So the first step.
Where do fines come in?
Fines is part of miscellaneous miscellaneous.
Just a small percentage.
Yeah. So the first step is to determine the total budget required for the next fiscal year. So in this case, fiscal year 27, which starts in about 6 days, July 1st. And this is done about 10 months ago. In September, we submit our budget request. And so here you see that our operating budget request for fiscal year 27 was about $5 million. But there are fringe involved. So there are additional expenses involved in that budget that's not part of the operating budget. So for instance, fringe, which is about 75% of salaries. Also, we pay external salaries such as for corporation counsel, as well as our DIT computer service representative. So the total budget comes out to be 9.4 million. Therefore, 20% of that, which is 1.83 million, that's what our goal is at the end of the fiscal year 27 to keep in our trust fund. The beginning fund balance of fiscal year 27 is also the ending fund balance of this fiscal year, and we project that to be about $3.58 million. And you know, that is what's left over after we've expended everything, after our books are closed. At the projected license renewal fees, these are the basic fees. You know, for every class, they have a certain fixed amount of fees that they pay to renew their license every year. And so we project that to be about 3 billion. And then the miscellaneous revenues, fines, direct wine shipment, etc., about 900,000. So apply that to the formula, and it's determined that we need to collect $3,801,000 and $3,801,181 in order to meet our 20% budgetary goal at the end of the fiscal year. So that's the first step of the formula, determine how much additional licenses fee we need. The second step is now, how do we actually collect this amount, right? As you know, we have about 1,400 or so licensees, and there are different percentage fees that each licensee has to pay us, depending on their class category. So how much do we have to collect from each one to meet the 3.8 million? For that, we utilize a separate spreadsheet. So we don't have a magic formula to determine that amount there. There may be a calculus formula out there somewhere, but we use Excel. And how this spreadsheet works is, as you can see, there's about 1,500 rows, and that represents 1,500 licenses. Not necessarily licensees, right? Each a licensee can have, you know, different licenses. So it's about 1,500 or so licenses from which we may assess additional licensing fee. Let's see. So in column N, this is the total general liquor sales, the total GLS that they report through L2. And from that, you can see from that we deduct the deductible. In this case, it was determined to be 31,000, and I'll tell you how we got that. And so therefore, the net GLS from which they'll be assessed the fee is in this case 283,161. Now, different categories of or classes of licenses have maximum fees that we can collect. And then the rate here. So there, for instance, for the manufacturer class, the rate is 0.001%. So we multiply 0.001 times the net GLS to get the projected fee that we'll be collecting from this licensee. Now, the numbers here, this GLS number was taken from fiscal year 25, because that's the last fiscal year from which we have full revenue numbers. Fiscal year 26 isn't over yet. So we use fiscal year 25. And we do this for every license. And so therefore, the goal here is to establish a deductible. So the good thing about Excel is, you know, you can change numbers around and everything recalculates. And so at this point, we don't know what the deductible is. So our accountant, you know, start off with a number. Let's plug in the previous year's number. So let's plug in 254,000 here and see what number comes up as the projected fee. The goal is to get that total number to be as close as to this required additional licenses fee as we need. So we start off with 500,000. The number is too low. Okay, let's try 10,000. The number is too high. And that's a binary search method, right? Until we finally hit a number, in this case, 31,000. that gives us total projected fees that are as close to required additional licensing fee that we previously computed. So that's how we got the 31,000. And so as a matter of fact, we take a look at our projected 3.802 against the required licensing fee, we're only $858 away. So that is how we determined the $31,000 deductible. And we do that every year.
And we've been doing that since 2005 when we established this one. Literally, it was described to me, you plug in numbers until you come up with the right result. That there's no other more fancier way to explain the process.
Yeah.
How come there's such a big variability from this year till previous year, 25?
So that's a good question. And in fact, that's maybe a good segue into the next slide here. Right, how can we?
I'll come back after. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well, okay.
So the only reason I was gonna ask is, so you have the deductible where it's 31,000, but if you see toward the bottom, you have some that are only at 8,000 and 4,000. But yet the one guy that has 8,000 as a deductible had a $40,000 gross liquor sale. So how do we, so if 31 is the number, then how do we change it to be where some are at 8,000 or 8,832.88 and 4,501.37?
Which column are you looking at?
Like
15, 40,
41, 42.
41, yeah, 41,
Yeah,
42.
it's not the full deductible.
It's not the, yeah.
Column
I
U,
see. Small craft producer,
column U.
yeah, column U. Deductible. Okay, so some of them, so deductibles are prorated depending on how many months of the year.
Okay, well, that gives me, okay, that's fine, thank you, now I get it.
Well, actually, the start
Go.
month on the far left is the.
Yeah, so, yes, sir.
So the total, FY 27 total budget 9 million, is that what is submitted to council?
No, what's submitted to council is our operating budget.
Okay,
Um,
because when I saw fringe in there, I thought we don't necessarily calculate fringe or
right, so,
fringe benefits.
right, so with other agencies, for instance, that are generally funded, the same here, we just submit our operating budget and BFS will determine what the fringe is.
Right.
And I don't know the exact mechanism, how they tacked on another 4 million to our $5 million operating budget request. But that's the final number, is the 9.4 million for our total budget to include fringe.
So they do the additional calculation.
I believe so. I did not have anything to do with that 9.4 million.
Because I think before it used to be like 42-43%.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's gone up. It's gone up. Just about 6 years ago, I believe it was 54%, something to that.
And that's not counting vacation, sick leave.
Well, that is part of the fringe. Is vacation, sick leave, yeah, medical.
Like centralized expenses that are allocated.
Sorry.
There's like centralized expenses that are allocated through the city.
Yeah,
Each of the
I
departments.
guess that's how you could explain what the fringe is.
Yeah, because a few years back, I think it was a total with fringe including vacation, sick leave, it's 62.
Yeah, it's gone up. It goes up steadily.
So I think what I'd like to see besides, sorry, Rob,
go
I
ahead.
cut you off.
Go ahead.
For future ones where we do this, if we can have our budget that you guys put in for, in 2026 and a separate column that shows what the fringe that they provided so that we have an idea, because if it's going up exuberantly in numbers, some of us might want to find out
Yeah.
from other people what that deal is, since we are supposedly self-funded.
I agree.
So
So that's just,
Controllable expenses.
we just would like to understand how they're figuring it, right? So in the future, for the next times.
I will, and in fact, I was thinking about including the fringe memo with this presentation, but I thought maybe I'm already giving too much, right? Saying too much, but I got you.
Yeah.
After this presentation, we can talk quickly about the budget as well.
Quick question, if you don't mind, before we go forward.
Sure.
The GLS that you're using is 25 actuals, right?
Yes.
And so that's what's driving the 31,000 deductible.
Yes.
At any point, do we reallocate or put in 26 fiscal year end numbers to see how And if there are any changes to that 31,000 deductible?
No, I mean, we could do it for our own purposes, but I don't think we'd be able to change the deductible
People would start paying already.
mid-year.
Yeah, I'm just curious, have we done any historical look to see if there are major variances based on using prior year GLS numbers rather than actual?
So to compare to see if
Yeah,
perhaps.
just to see if there have been major differences related to the deductible that we've generated off of prior year GLS.
So in order to determine the accuracy of the projected.
Determine if there is a variance there that is notable.
Yeah, so I haven't done it, I could.
Just
I could
curious,
begin
right?
it.
I mean, it may be negligible,
Mm.
right? Because the assumptions are that GLS year over year, that our licensees are the same. But they may be significantly different, right?
And so to that point, right, the partial GLS that you pointed out.
Yeah.
Where they were only in business maybe, for 4 months in fiscal year 25, now they're in this year, they're, the full 12 months, right? So it's gonna be different.
Oh, I have a question. So
Yes, sir.
isn't the fact that 23, 24, 25, and 26 are so varying, it would imply to me, but maybe not, that the amount of alcohol sold has varied a lot in those years. That's why.
I think it was intensive.
Oh, got it, got it. Oh, sorry, I'm just repeating what you said. I do that sometimes. That was on tape.
So we're gonna discuss what can drive the deductible, either up or down.
Yep.
Were there any more questions that I missed on this slide?
No, go for that one.
But yeah, we can always come back.
Okay.
So, okay. Couple. Well, okay, so relationship between deductible and additional licensing fee. The higher the deductible is, that means we will collect less, right? So therefore, the lower additional license fee, or likewise, if we want to lower, well, that's a relationship, it's inversely related. Another thing to note is that in the formula, a beginning fund balance is next year's beginning fund balances, which is this year's ending fund balance. So if we wanted to increase the deductible so that we would lower the amount of licensing fees to collect, we could spend less this year, which would increase our ending fund balance, right? So it would have more funds elapsing. But to that, what's the likelihood? Well, some of the major expenses that have gone up in the past couple of years, the biggest one is salaries, right? Not only are we, every year there's a collective bargaining agreement increase, between 2 to 4%, across the board. But also we've filled vacancies. I was told that about 5 or 6 years ago, we've only had a handful of investigators. Now we've only got 2 vacancies of enforcement investigators to fill, right? So with increased, recruitment, obviously salaries expense is going to go up, and that's in the $2 to $3 million. That's the bulk of our budget. So it's not likely that we'll be decreasing expenditures going forward. So perhaps another way to regulate the deductible is to look at increasing revenue generation, right? If we cannot decrease expenses, perhaps we can increase revenue generation. How could we do that? Here's the actual spreadsheet. We could play around with some numbers.
Okay. Will you be sharing this with us?
The actual Excel
This
file,
spreadsheet, yeah.
I certainly can.
Okay, good. Thank you.
So right here with the deductible set at 31,000, this is where we need to be at about 3.8 million. Let's say if we change the rates. Oh, Doug, I don't have a keyboard. Sorry, I'll be a keyboard.
But there are some things, like if we change the rate, we have to go back to the city council. Is that correct?
Right, so maybe, it's not something that you have to do right away, but
It's a 3-part process because you essentially go through 3 levels of review. public hearing, small business regulatory review board and council.
Mhm.
I've done 3 license fee increases during my term here.
So just to see how this works, I'm gonna change the rate here from 0.001 for these handful of the 10 or so licensees or licenses to, let's say it's 0.001. Right, so
Wow, that's a tenfold increase on the guy.
okay, so now we can see that we're about 17, we need to lower the deductible by about 17,000, right? Or lower the projected fee collected, so we play with the deductible. I'm gonna make this 50,000 and see what happens. To lower it more. 3.7, which are we on with 3.7?
Yeah, raising the rate versus changing the deductible is just kind of squeezing the balloon on one side and getting it the other side, right? If we have to go the same way.
It's more like 40,000, I think.
For Sherma when I need her.
Even less, 30, 38, 30.
35.
Close.
33. And that's about 34,000 now. And it needs to be rounded to the nearest thousand. Again, that's per the rule. So we'll say, it went deductible went to 34,000 with just this small change. We've got 1,500 more that we can work with. Perhaps look at the bigger classes. If I go all the way down there. Scroll bar.
Just as an example, can you return it back the way it was?
Okay.
And then make the deductible 0. So that's our maximum that we can collect without having to change it. Right.
0.
So that's the most, that's as far as we can get unless alcohol sales increase.
Now we can also, and this has been suggested. If we go to some of the hotel class licenses, which I think is at the bottom here, you see, right, they're capped at 40,000. And we look at, I saw somewhere where they, I'd have to do a search of this, but there were some records here where the projected fees, why? Because we're at 0. Let's bring this back to 31,000.
That'll only make it smaller, won't it?
Well, there are some licensees where they're paying us the maximum. However, their sales are so high where if we were to increase the cap here, right, they could still pay more. Yeah.
What just because we have it in front of us, but I can ask these questions and look at the spreadsheet later.
Yeah, okay.
What entity is spending the most on liquor in Honolulu? Like 1.87 million looks like the biggest so far.
I can sort this. I can turn this into a table and sort it. So let's sort with column. This table doesn't look right. That's right.
Yeah.
Let's sort with
14.
14, column 14.
Oh yeah, there's somebody 2.8 million.
column U or which
Or
letter?
N.
Okay. Sort by smallest or let's go largest to smallest.
Largest, smallest. Oh.
So here you see where these licensees are at the cap.
These are wholesalers though.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm gonna express that caution.
Yeah.
Because the last time we raised the fee caps for the wholesaler class, we staggered it over 3 years time, which was from a rulemaking standpoint was fairly complicated. And there was a great deal of resistance.
But there's the hotel classes.
Yep.
And when was our last fee change?
2017.
17.
That was put into place specifically to pay for L2. So the ones I worked, I said I did 2005, which is when we introduced the formula concept, which enables us to avoid going back to rulemaking
No, this
every
is
single
very good.
year or being in constant refund collection mode. And then 2017 was was to fund L2, and there was obviously one in between. So we've done it 3 times.
But certainly I'll send you the spreadsheet
Mhm.
unredacted
Yeah.
and go ahead and play with it.
Yeah, this will be good.
Any more questions on this spreadsheet?
No.
All righty. Yeah, last fee increase 2017. So as Anna had mentioned, the deductible is established as a way to regulate
Mhm.
our revenues without having to go into rulemaking to have to change the rates every time. Any more questions?
So when we talk about what the deductible will be, right, we just talked about it being like, we're gonna search numbers and put numbers in, right, to determine what the deductible will be. I guess for a business, is that a notable way to, if a licensee came to you and said, how did you figure out the deductible? Because last year I didn't have to pay anything because it was 254,000 and now it's 31,000. And now I'm stuck paying all of this because I made 249,000. Is it saying that we just look at a spreadsheet and plug in some numbers and make a choice? What gives us the most money? Is that the most best way to explain to a licensee?
Well, not the most money, but the required budgetary.
Yeah, I mean,
goal
okay,
at the end of
required
fiscal year.
budgetary amount we need. Is that
Within
the
the
best way to
class, yeah.
explain
It's
to?
structured.
I'm just, because as a business owner, I'd be like, well, why can't you go for those guys who make way more than me, give them a larger number and give me a lesser number?
So that's a good point, right?
So I'm just trying to figure out ways to explain to people, right? Because I think at some point there's gonna be questions, because I guess I say it this way. Gonna be questions because yes, we've increased staff, we've increased this, but we're not getting licenses any faster to people. So there's gonna be questions of how they figure what we're collecting.
Although something that's, how do we account for the fees that we're collecting for special licenses, right? So that's a lot of money that's coming from a different class of people that's lowering the deductible for the people that already have licenses, if I understand the math of this correctly. Should I say that one more time?
So yes, please.
So as I look at on the way that we're getting revenue, right?
You want me to open that up?
The funds can either come from
Class 10 specials.
the specials. Where do the specials come into the formula, right? They just come into the renewal fees or just fees?
I can find out for you.
But that number is getting larger, and if that number is getting larger because of specials, then the deductible then gets smaller.
If you look at our,
Mhm.
if you look at our, the rule that establishes a license fee, so things like specials and cares is only expressed as the amount per day. They
Mhm.
don't pay in
Right.
the same way. They don't report gross liquor sales.
So that's the other thing. They don't report gross liquor sales, right? So do they qualify under this?
No, they paid right there, right?
Right, so I'm saying,
Yes.
right, so they're not gonna get a deductible. They're not gonna get anything, right? So
Sure,
those
so
are other
there's
areas that
revenue
I'm
then.
just trying to figure. Right, cause.
They
If
don't
I
pay
can find out
generally.
exactly for you, the feeling is it's probably under miscellaneous revenues, but I can find out.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean,
Maybe just like what, is it a meaningful percentage of the total?
Yeah.
yeah,
Is
that's
it like
all,
that's a
mine,
good
mine's
way to-
is such a like a small,
yeah.
What percent of our budget is coming from specials because licensing is taking long, right? I would guess that it's becoming a larger and larger portion of our revenues.
Okay, that is a good thing to research. Yeah, will do.
So if you want the ASO to
The point was made obviously by Commissioner Hollinger regarding the messaging, right? Year over year, with a lowering of the deductible, it'll impact more of our licensees. And therefore, inevitably, the question will be asked, what am I getting for the fact that I'm having to pay more?
So
Right, and so the messaging, I think, is gonna be important.
So I'd like to point out that, yeah, actually, if we look at the past 5 years, the 6-digit deductible has not been the norm, right? And I had this figured out. I just didn't memorize it, didn't bring my notes. But there are reasons. I know COVID affected a lot of the deductible.
yeah,
Yeah,
because it's a lag, yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Right, it is a lagging indicator.
So the first year when we established this, the concept of the formula, the deductible, I still remember this because it was traumatic doing this process fairly, was $65,000. The second year it was 17, and that is the lowest it has ever been. And then it is somewhat stabilized. These are the 24 and 25 numbers are, if you look at every single year, it's pretty aberrant. So before I forget, and while Jerry's still sitting here, so do you want the ASO to prepare a form of standby statement for you all with some of this information and explanations that you can use?
Yes, I don't know what the standby statement is.
Like the ready answer to, why am I having to?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're talking talking points.
Yeah.
Yes, we would like some kind of talking points in case these
Yeah.
things come up, because
Well,
I think they're gonna have some
Yeah,
people.
typical kind of questions, so we can give you some
Yeah.
sort of stock answers
Yeah.
that you can kind of keep handy.
Okay, any more questions about deductible? Yeah, yeah, and feel free to hit me with questions going forward. I'll talk about the budget as well quickly, but before that, I do want to give credit to our audit and accounting section. Sharma is our accountant, and she put all these numbers together for us. And what you see here, there's a lot more backup that came that went into putting these numbers together. Our audit section is currently supervised by Seng. He's a TA meaning temporary assignment. And we rotate that TA between Seng and Stacy. So at the last audit presentation, you met Stacy, you meet Seng at the next quarterly presentation. We have an auditor with over 20 years of accounting experience. Her name is Melinda, and we just hired Adrian on Monday. So we have a full staff of auditors. And then not to neglect Shari, she pays the bills, she keeps the lights on, and she's very prudent about it. Also, we have upcoming GLS classes for to help licensees prepare their GLSs, their reports. July 17th and July 24th, these are virtual classes, and depending on which license class you would enroll in session 1 or 2. We will have more information on our website after July 1st. Of course, any licensee can request direct in-person assistance. Our auditors are more than happy to come out or work with them to teach them how to prepare their GLSs. Just email us or give us a call.
And Adrian is a notary public.
Mm,
Super
very good.
exciting. Because we typically have always had somebody, it's been in the past, the secretary or someone in hearings. It's very handy to have, and so now we've regained a notary.
So under the auditing group that you just listed, is there a reason why it's TA'd as a supervisor and not a permanent?
So yes, and that's I guess my call. And maybe I'm being too selective. I'm looking for leaders, and they're learning. They're learning to be. They're very technically proficient in doing audits, and oftentimes, the most proficient person is not your best supervisor, right? In fact, they can oftentimes be the worst. I used to teach organizational behavior at University of Phoenix and at Remington College, so I apply all this, theory stuff. And I'm trying to develop them both into being the type of transformational leader as opposed to transactional leader that I would like to see in that section. Transformational leaders, you've got higher thinking personnel that require independence in order to bring out the best. So that's what I want to promote. I'm thinking that by the end of fiscal year, we will put the position up for permanent recruitment, and hopefully one of them will get it.
Okay, so 2 questions. So the auditor position, does that fall under HGA or is that not?
They are all EU 13 HGA.
Okay, so even the supervisor in a sense?
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, so the pay,
Okay, no, so the 2 questions I have is, So since they're all under that one, they're under TA, right? Do they get that higher rate for everything, holiday, vacations, everything, or do they fall where they fall back to their auditor pay? When they're not when they're taking those things if they're in the TA?
So while they're TAing, they get paid the higher pay, in this case SR 22, as long as they show up for work.
Okay, so but if they're on vacation or holiday or any of that stuff, they go back to their
Yes.
lower pay, okay. And then say it becomes a permanent position you post. Neither one of them get it. Do we have enough positions in the audit section to keep everybody with someone coming in off the street to become your supervisor?
If we do post it open recruitment, no, I'd probably have to, and if somebody outside gets the position, we would lose our contract worker.
Okay, I just trying to, because obviously this is an important area that we have, because they do the audits, they do all the things, and they figure out the GLS, and they go and talk to the people that are not covering with giving the correct GLS. I just want to make sure that I understand what will be happening in a section if something happens.
So to that, you know, because, the auditors have to understand the rules well. It's kind of like, I would consider a specialized auditing position. It's not just you gotta, compute numbers and reconcile and make sure they're the same. You need to know some rules. I would prefer to fill that supervisor position through IDCE, meaning internal promotion. Therefore, we keep the tacit knowledge as opposed, and we keep the team together. Right, so today, as we speak, the team is bonding. And right, we've got the 5 stages of group formation, and I believe we're in the performing stage. Right, you got, forming, norming, performing, storming, adjourning. We're in the performing stage. We're conducting more audits now and pre-audits than we have, for instance, last year. So
thank you.
Thank you.
So, question. You have singing TA. Now, you said you had a contract worker?
Yes, sir.
So how is that contract worker being justified?
So she applied, she didn't quite meet the full MQRs for the audited position at the time, right? Which she needed, I believe it was 2 years of auditing. But she had 20 years of accounting. And in the past year, I worked with DHR to change the class specs to require auditing or accounting experience as opposed to just auditing experience. Because the auditing is, you got to take accounting to be an auditor. In fact, auditing is a subset of accounting. And so she came in, being capable for the position, but not necessarily meeting the MQRs. So the way personal contracts work is that it's a contract between the agency head and the employee, and not a permanent employee where DHR would have to.
But you're taking an existing position number.
So, right, so as long as that existing position is vacant, we're using the salaries from that position to pay for the contract position. Right, so the salary savings from the vacant position, the vacant civil service position, to pay for the contract position. Now, the goal is whenever we hire contract workers that while they're working for us on contract, they're going to be gaining the MQRs or the minimum qualifications to apply for the permanent position. And we have a couple other contract workers that have been in that situation.
So how long has the supervisor's position been vacant?
Since December of I think it was December 24.
When Pandy left.
Couple years.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
So we're fully staffed. We're just not fully staffed with civil service servants, right? We got one contract worker that's not a civil servant, but she is still performing as an auditor, just as well as any civil servant auditor would perform for us.
So you may remember that audit is one of the positions that has been on continuous recruitment because it is so difficult to fill here as opposed to Gennaro, so.
Yeah, so, right, it's been difficult to fill. We've been short of auditors. Today we have a full complement of auditors. That section is fully filled.
Yeah, well, the difficult to fill positions, I can see. But with some of those, wasn't there a not a clause, but if it's difficult to fill, you could, there could be a differential assigned to that.
So there are certain positions. So for instance, I came from rail. All of the rail positions were, they had to hire from outside the state, and they got some recruitment retention incentives. I mean, you've got SR 26 is making 140,000. For all these incentives. But I don't think the city would consider an auditing position to be that difficult to fill. So yeah, I don't think they would give any kind of RRI for the auditing position.
I'm
Because
just curious, wondering that if a certain position number is vacant too long and you keep on rotating the TA, sooner or later you get called on it.
we do. And I think if we were generally funded, absolutely. But, and hopefully no one from DHR is listening to this, but they've been very good to us, I think. They've
No,
let us.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely. They've worked with us. So far, I have not been pressured to fill a vacant position. So I do have the luxury right now of saying, okay, I want to keep it open so that I can promote from within. I believe in promoting from within, and that's me as being a former entrepreneur. I used to own my own business, and I'm loyal to my staff who are loyal to me. And in return, the agency, becomes better because we retain the tacit knowledge, we retain the experience.
Well, I don't think we'll get a RIF anytime soon, but just in case, it all comes downhill, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like the thing between the mayor and city council and OER.
Right.
Although they're all at will, if there was a RIF with permanent positions, then I'd be concerned about that vacancy.
Yeah. We would know, I would have some kind of indication way ahead of time if we're on the radar for that. So far, no.
Anything else? About the presentation,
move on.
because we have one more item.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Okay, all right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On my item, please.
Yeah, oh, sorry, calling agenda item. 42, liquor assistant administrator.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners, Anna Harai, Assistant Administrator. If you'll bear with me, because I do have a tendency to do this, I want to make a pretty complete record before I call for the action. Okay, over the past year, scrutiny over the Liquor Commission's well-publicized license application backlog has intensified. In response, both the Commission and administration have focused on analyzing and trying to alleviate the application backlog. And some examples of this effort are the licensing permitted interaction group meets once a week to explore different ways to approach and process the steadily increasing submissions of applications for new and transferred licenses. The licensing section meets bi-weekly to report on individual investigators' application queues and to discuss application-specific challenges. Licensing personnel has been increased to add 2 new examiners to facilitate review and processing of items required for completion of new or transfer applications. On a pilot basis, looking at ways to facilitate the application and approval process to include, for example, temporary relaxation of submission requirements, going straight to public hearing for certain types of applications. And finally, whether an external evaluation of our processes would benefit this endeavor. Coincidentally, at the same time, a member of the licensing section in a complaint made the same observation regarding the need for conducting a study of the backlog and what is causing the backlog. So in response to what appears to be the widespread opinion that a more formal review and study of the license application system is called for, and specifically by using an external resource, as the internal efforts have not produced completely satisfactory results, I'm going to request the commission to take the following action. To wit, that the commission direct and authorize administration to initiate, conduct, and complete the external review of the license application processes and to publish the results of said system review on the Liquor Commission website, similar to the treatment of the 2023 report of findings and recommendations of the system review of the enforcement section. And that is the action I'm asking of the commission today. And I said hopefully in a way that you could just say so moved.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries.
Thank you.
Very much. We don't have a need to go into executive session, so. Agenda item, Logan.
Good evening, Chair and Commissioners. Darren Matsumoto, Departmental Staff Executive Assistant, Honolulu Liquor Commission. As Jerry had mentioned, we're continually being laser focused on hiring our vacant LCI 1 position. So we have received referrals from DHR and we'll be conducting interviews probably in the first week of July. And also with 6 days remaining to FY, wanted to give an update on our renewals. 1,231 applications for license renewal has been received. 8 is pending review, 0 recommended for approval, 122 approved pending issuance, 63 are deficient, 5 withdrawn, and 9 not renewed. Total of 1,024 licenses issued and completed. So still have a little bunch to go for the last week, but as expected, to get to that finish line. Everyone's doing a really great job. That's all I have today.
Okay. Any questions? No.
Thank you you and then the team. I know it's crunch time for renewals and I know everybody's working hard.
Yeah, they're doing a great job.
Agenda item 45, any announcements? Nope.